Hello everybody and welcome back to One Nerd to Rule Them All, and in today's video we'll be looking into the fate of a man whose love conquered death itself and whose fate shaped the line of kings in Middle-earth. Of course we are talking about Beren, so without further ado let's get into the video. Beren was born into the noble house of Beor, the first of the three houses of the Edain to journey west into Beleriand during the First Age. His people were the closest allies to the Noldorian elves, particularly the House of Finarfin. His grandfather, Bregor, ruled in Dorthonion, under the protection of Finrod Felagund, son of Finarfin. But in the year 455 of the First Age, all would change with the coming of fire. This was Dagor Bagalak. The Dagor Bagalak, or Battle of Sudden Flame, shattered the long-standing siege of Angband. Morgoth, the first Dark Lord, broke free with rivers of fire, as well as Glorung the dragon, and legions of orcs and balrogs. King Finrod Felagund was saved by Barahir, Beren's father, in the fen of Serich. In gratitude, Finrod gave him the Ring of Barahir, a token of eternal friendship between their houses. Barahir and 12 companions retreated into the highlands of Dorthonion, living as outlaws. Among them was his son Beren, but Sauron, servant of Morgoth, hunted them down. Gorlim the Unhappy, one of Barahir's men, was corrupted and deceived by Sauron into betraying the camp. For this, all were slain, save Beren, who was away on a scouting mission. When he returned, Beren buried his father and swore vengeance. Alone, he hunted and slew the murderers of his kin. Eventually, he recovered the Ring of Barahir from the orcs who had taken it. For 4 years, he lived alone in the haunted wilds of Dorthonion. The elves called him Dagnir Gurhoth, the Slayer of Walls. Morgoth set a boundary on him so high, even Sauron himself hunted him. Fleeing ever south, Beren passed through the dreaded Ered Gorgroth, mountains of terror, haunted by the spawn of Ungoliant herself. Despite these obstacles, he survived, what no elf or man dared, and came at last to Doriath, the hidden forest realm of King Thingol. There in the woods of Neldareth, he saw Luthien Tinuviel, daughter of Thingol and Melian the Mire, dancing under the moonlight, and so began the greatest tale of love in Arda. To Beren she was Tinuviel, nightingale. Her voice enchanted him. He fell to the ground as though stricken by a spell. Despite her divine heritage, Luthien loved him in return, but the love defied the will of her father, who demanded a bride price no mortal could pay. King Thingol, disdainful of mortals, demanded that Beren retrieve one of the Silmarils, the hallowed jewels made by Feanor, now set in Morgoth's iron crown. This was no mere challenge. The Silmarils were holy and perilous to claim, but Beren swore an oath and departed. He sought aid from Finrod Felagund, who kept his oath to Barahir, but Finrod's people opposed him, and it was only with the help of 10 loyal companions, including the faithful elf Eldrahil, that they left for the north. Yet despite their bravery and courage, Sauron captured them at Tol in Gernhoth. There, Finrod duelled Sauron in song, a battle of magic and will, but was defeated. One by one, their companions were devoured by werewolves. Finrod died protecting Beren from one such beast, and thus fulfilled his oath. Luthien, defying her father's wishes, journeyed to rescue Beren. She was aided by Húin the Hound of Valinor, servant of Celegorm. Together they overthrew Sauron. Luthien's song shattered his tower's foundations, and Sauron fled in the form of a vampire, and Tol in Gurhoth was cast down. Reunited, Beren tried to send her back to Doriath, but she would not leave him. Together, they journeyed to Angband itself. Luthien disguised herself and Beren with enchantments, passing through the gates of Angband, coming before Morgoth himself. Luthien sang, and Morgoth's court was cast into slumber. During this, Beren cut a Silmaril from the iron crown with the knife Angrist, but when he tried for a second, the blade snapped, and Morgoth stirred. As they fled, the monstrous wolf Kakarroth attacked. He bit off Beren's hand, swallowing the Silmaril, and was driven mad by its holy fire. Kakarroth rampaged through Doriath, and Thingol himself joined the hunt, along with Beleg, Malbleg, Mablung, Húin, and Beren. They found the beast near the borders of Doriath, and in the final battle, Húin slew Kakarroth, but perished from his wounds. Beren too was mortally wounded. As he died, the Silmaril was recovered from the belly of the beast. Beren was laid to rest on the banks of the river Alin Uil. Lúthien's spirit soon followed him into the halls of Mandos. No mortal spirit had ever returned from the halls of Mandos, but Luthien sang there, a song of sorrow, love, and defiance that moved even the doomsmen of the Valar. Mandos relented, and Manwë sought the will of Eru Ilúvatar. A choice was given. Luthien could return to a life with Beren, but as a mortal, and her fate bound to his, or she could stay in Valinor. But thus for love, she chose death. They lived again in the land of Isiriand, hidden from the world, and there Luthien bore Dior Elokil, first of the half-elven. From their line came Elwing, Elrond, and Arwen, whose love for Aragorn mirrored that of her ancestor. In the end, Beren and Lúthien's tale became more than legend. It became the foundation of hope in Middle-earth. So great was their tale that J.R.R. Tolkien immortalised it in death. On his gravestone at Wolvercott Cemetery in Oxford, he is Beren, and Edith, his beloved wife, is Luthien. Their story is the heartbeat of Middle-earth, where love may defy fate, and even the smallest can change the world. This brings us to the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed this tale, and if you did, then please feel free to look at my video that I made on Luthien to hear the other side of this story. Down in the description you will find 2 links. The first to my partner Rothmer's channel, so if you enjoy MMOs and action RPGs, then have a look at that. If you enjoy all things Warhammer, then you might want to check out our second link, which is a joint channel where you can watch us build, paint, and soon battle our Warhammer armies against each other. Anyway, that'll be it from me today. Hope you guys have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are in the world. Bye guys.